Lumberjill song. Singing my Hey, what are you lot staring at? Oh, yes you. I know what it is. You got a problem, haven't you, with women wearing trousers? Well, wake up. It's 1943. It's not like we're stuck in the past or nothing. And what do you expect us women to do, doing this work in the forest? In our skirts? You've seen the land girls. They wear their dungarees to do their farming work. Well, it's the same for us in the WTC. You know, the Women's Timber Corps, or as some people know us, the Lumberjills. Mind you, don't go comparing us too closely to those land girls. Our work that we do here is far more skilled and more dangerous. Don't let them tell you otherwise. That's why we get the higher pay. Yeah. Or is it my boots that you were staring at? Well, trust me, I'd much prefer to be in my high heels that I'm used to back home, up in London. But needs must. I'd be foolish to wear anything less practical out here. I know what they say about us, though. Oh, yeah. I was up in Newton Abbot at the Picture House just last week, and I heard what they said. Oh, here they come in their boots, clamp, clamp, no need to stamp. Oh, while they're at it, they may as well take a look at my long-legged knickerbockers and my chin-eye vests, and we call those the passion killers. You lot don't want to see those, do you? Oh, I'm sorry. I was going off on one again, wasn't I? Oh, my apologies. It's just that we get so used to having to stick up for ourselves against people who think we can't do a man's work. That's what my song was about. Did you like it? Yeah. I've got some actions that go with it. Here we go. Pay attention. Some men say that we're not as strong, so watch right here while we prove them wrong. We can do it with a smile, and we'll do it in style. Singing my Lumberjill song. Can you do the actions with me now? Go on, you've got to help me, come on. It's very easy, you can do it from sitting down, don't be so lazy. Some men say that we're not as strong, so watch right here while we prove them wrong. We can do it with a smile, and we'll do it in style. Singing my Lumberjill song. Thank you very much. I am so rude. I haven't even introduced myself. My apologies. My name is Jeanie. Nice to meet you. Jeanie the Lumberjill. Well, seeing as we're friends now, I might as well tell you a bit more about myself. Yeah, since I was first posted here at Fingle, I've done all sorts of jobs. I've been chopping the timber for the production of the pit crops in the collieries. I've been replanting trees. I've been stripping the bark for the tanneries and more. And most recently, I've been put on a job right here that has come as a direct result of the war. Charcoal production. Oh yeah, well before the war it was a dying tradition. No one needed it no more because there was an abundance of coal and coke. They didn't need no charcoal. It used to be used for the traditional uses like smelting and heating wool combs and heating pots of clotted cream for the pasteurisation, you know. They don't need it for that no more. No. Now it is used for the ultimate job in the war effort. Charcoal is used for making explosives. Yeah. And I'm a part of it. It's really important work, you know, to help our boys on the front line. And I can prove to you how important it is because I have a letter here from the government telling me so. Well, when I say a letter, it's more of a poster, and it's to all the timber workers, not just to me. But I like to keep it because it reminds me how important our work here is. See, to all timber workers. I wonder if would you like to read out that paragraph for me just there? You're not allowed to touch it just because, you know.
We all have the right to feel proud of this work, and I am anxious that you should know how big and direct part of you have played and are playing in the war effort. Timber is a weapon of war. For example, no pit box, no coal, no munitions. One says no coal twice.
no pit props, no coal. They can't mine the coal, and if they can't mine the coal, they can't create the munitions, which is all the ammunition that they use for fighting the war. Fantastically read. Thank you for your help. So, as you can hear, very important work that I'm doing here. I can explain a bit about how we make the charcoal. When I was first told about it, I couldn't get my head round how they create this stuff. It was such a long process to tell you. So instead of telling you, why don't I show you? But I'm going to need a bit of your help, all right, to help visualise it. So, the first thing we do is make a wigwam out of the timber. So in your bubbles, could one of you become a wigwam of timber with your arms like this? So lovely, nicely done there. Thank you very much. One of you be the wigwam. Oh, there we are, lovely. So the next job that we do, which someone else in your bubble can do, is that we try and pack the turf all around the wigwam, nice and tight. So I want to see you packing turf around to make sure that there's no air coming in, apart from one little hole at the bottom that we allow a bit of oxygen in. That's it. Nice and snug. Pack, pack, pack. We don't want any oxygen. Why do you think, that's it, you can have a little rest. Why do you think we don't want any oxygen getting in there? Go on.
Okay, so we don't want the fire to burn free. We need it to suck in lots of air underneath and create a blast furnace so that it can increase the temperature.
Fantastic. That is exactly what we want to start. So the little air hole at the bottom, when we light it, which is what we're going to do next, can I see everyone light their fires? Once it sets alight, we then make sure it's burning nice and fiercely, like this chap just said. But then, once it is burning, we need to plug up that hole. So let me see you plugging up that hole, all right? And that is because we don't want any more oxygen getting in there. Because if it carries on burning at such a speed, what happens to your wood at home in your fires? What does it turn into? Do either of you boys know at the back? What does your wood turn into when it gets burnt down and burnt down? You think? Let's hear what you reckon. What did you think down here?
So it gets turned to ashes, small particles of wood. Whereas if it doesn't burn too much, it will just be carbonised wood.
That is what we want. Well explained. So we don't want it to turn to ash. We want it to stay solid, so it can become charcoal. So we plugged up that hole and we let it burn for about 12 hours. So it takes a while. But I will give you a little trick of our trade, all right? There is a clue that this kiln, or like the older one that I just explained to you with the wigwam and the turf packed around it, this is the same sort of thing. There is a clue that this gives us so that we know what is happening inside. Because we can't go lifting up the lid when it's burning, because it will let in all the oxygen, won't it? So what clue might this give us so that we can guess what's happening inside? What might be coming out of it? What do you think might be, what do you think, Mr. Muddy Hands? Fantastic, or we might describe it as smoke, but you got it, it's coming out. And the smoke can come out in 3 different colours. It can come out in green, in blue, or white. And each colour means something different is happening inside. So if I said to you, now you don't necessarily have to know this answer, this is just a guess. If I said to you, what colour smoke do you think it would be if the wood is giving out moisture? Letting go of its moisture. What colour? Do you think green, blue or white? Have a guess. Could be any colour. What colour do you reckon? Do you think green? You think blue? You think white? Well, we've got one of each there. I can say that. You were correct, sir. Well done. So white is what's given off when it's given up when the wood's letting out moisture. So you've got 2 more now, green and blue. What colour do you think it's giving? It will be giving off when the wood is letting out tar from its inside. You've got 50-50 guess here. What are you going to go for? What would you guess? Think of a colour in your head and say it. Go on.
I think it's blue this time.
He thinks it's blue. Any other guesses? Oh, you think, we've got I like this rivalry here. Well, I can tell you that you were correct, sir. It is green. I'm lucky. So, now, I bet you can all get this answer. What colour smoke do you think is coming out when the charcoal is cooked? Blue. Yeah, well done, you got it. So, Now, oh, don't you worry. Now you know a trick of the trade. So, when we're sitting there after about 12 hours and we see that blue smoke coming out, we know it's cooked. So, in our wigwam that you were doing before, we now need to unpack all the turf so that we can now let the charcoal cool for about 24 hours. I told you it was a long process, didn't I? So, now you all know a little bit about how we make the charcoal. You know what's got to happen next? We take it from here and get it down the valley to be bagged up and labelled and taken to Cristo Station to be exported. Okay, there's two ways we do this. One is a very slow way and one is a very quick way. I'm going to tell you about the slow way first. I am under strict instructions to not chop my coppices any higher than 8 inches off the ground, and that is because we have ponies with their panniers on who pull a sled along behind them which is packed high full of charcoal, so it wants a nice smooth ride to get it down the valley. So that's the slow way, and good old Jack O'Driscoll, the local Irish gypsy, he's got that covered with his ponies in the stables down the way. Do you want to know the fast way? Oh, it's brilliant. Zip wire.
Oh.
Yeah, we send that charcoal down that line and whoosh, it goes like the clappers. Mind you, if it collides with anything on the way down, you know about it, because it smashes to pieces. Yeah. So if you hear a whooshing noise, you make sure you duck or keep out the way, all right? Because that will be a zip wire. There you go. You lot have learned quite a bit about charcoal today, which maybe you already knew, maybe you didn't. My boss would be impressed with you lot. Dr. Siegfried Marion. We just called him the doctor. Yeah, he sometimes comes around the wood and sees how the work's going. If you see, he's got a trilby hat. He always wears this trilby hat. You seen him around? Anyway, he's a bit of a geek, actually. Albeit an inspiring one. You know, I heard that he is a Jewish refugee who fled Austria in 1938, and then he came and was interned by our government up country until they realised his usefulness. He's got a degree in chemistry and a PhD in researching ammonium something smelling salts to you and me. Anyway, so they realised how useful he was and they put him down here, and now he's doing all this. It's brilliant having a boss who's so useful to the war effort, helping our lads on the front line. And I'm a part of it. But us women aren't the only people who is different here from who there was here before the war. We've got older men, but also, will you keep it down, please? So, yeah, there's older men, but there's also children who work in these woods. So, might be some of your gang. I tell you what, they are blinking hard workers. Are any of you lot hard workers? Oh, we've got hard workers. Any hard workers in here? Well, these children, you'd fit in right well then, because these children are really hard workers, all right? But I tell you what, once they think the doctor's gone home for the day, I catch them playing a game about him. Yeah, and the odd time I've joined in with them as well. Do you want me to share it with you? All right, so this game is called Doctor Says. And it might be a little bit like a game that you played before that's called Simon Says. So I'm sure you know the rules. If I say the words Doctor Says, you've got to do the action. If I don't say it, then you don't do the action. Simple, right? I'm going to see if I can catch you out there. All right, so you just copy my actions as we go. You'll get the hang of it. Doctor says, chop the wood. Let's see you doing it, because I said Doctor says. Yeah, very nice, very good on the front here. Doctor says, make a wigwam. Doctor says, pat the turf. Doctor says, set it alight. Doctor says, pull the ponies. Just on the spot, that's fine. Doctor says, make a wigwam. Doctor says, touch your nose. Doctor says, pull the pony. Make a wigwam. Oh, caught some of you out. Right, let's carry on. Doctor says, pull the pony. Doctor says, send the zip wire. Whoosh. That's it, you've got to do it really fast. Doctor says, send the zip wire. Whoosh. Great, send the zip wire. Whoosh. Oh, caught you out again. I didn't say Doctor says. Oh, I love it when I catch people out. One more time. Doctor says, pull the pony. Doctor says, make a wigwam. Doctor says, send the zip wire. Whoosh. Doctor says, set it alight. Doctor says, pat the turf. Pull the pony. Oh, You lot are great fun. Listen. Can I trust you lot?
No.
Oh no. Well, the thing is, I'm actually looking for someone in this woods, and I don't know if I should say who it is, because I'm not supposed to talk to his kind. But well, don't know about you, but I can trust you lot, can't I?
Yeah.
Right. All right. So well. There are some people here who we ought really not to talk to, like the conchies, you know, the conscientious objectors. There are men who refuse to fight in the war for whatever reason. Either it was against their religion or they didn't believe in fighting. Some people just think they're cowards. Anyway, I wouldn't dare talk to one of them. It's not a conchie. This is a prisoner of war. A German. And I don't think badly of me. He's really not as bad as you think. He denies the word Nazi. He despises the word. So he's much more like you and me than you'd first think. And in fact, he's really rather romantic. He made this. He carved this wooden horse for me himself. You wouldn't get an English boy doing that, would you? No, sirree. And I like to keep it in my pocket, just for my eyes only. Well, and for yours now, I suppose, as well, isn't it? Because when I reach down and touch it, I know that, well, that he's mine and I'm his. At least that's what I think he says to me. I don't really understand a word he says, but that's what it feels like when, you know, when we're... Oh, I think I see Rolf coming now. No, don't look. It'll draw attention to him. That's his name, Rolf. Jeanie and Rolf. It's got a nice ring to it, isn't it? Anyway, it was really, really nice talking to you, but I'd appreciate a bit of privacy now, if you don't mind. So I'm just going to pop off over here, and you feel free to get on your way. But especially you, not a word to anyone about our little chat, all right? Because it can just be our secret. All right. Right, have a lovely rest of your trip. Bye.